Am I the asshole? Sister-in-law constantly gifting us handmade stuff. This is from 5 years ago. So a bit of background first. Husband and I have been together for 9 years, since high school, married for 4. His sister is older, now in her early 30s, and married with a 6-month-old daughter. She's a teacher. I have total sympathy for teacher salaries sucking, as I'm in education as well. And her husband has a good salaried job in the automotive industry. Ever since we've been together, and maybe even before then with her other family members, she always does handmade gifts. Really terrible paintings. When she was in her early 20s and in college, it was one thing. I get it. I've been a cash-strapped college student before too, but it never stopped. We exchanged Christmas lists, or give indicators as to what we might like every year, and we always spent at least a decent amount of money getting her what she asked for, averaging around $50 probably, as well as now for her husband, and this year for her daughter. Even as a wedding gift, she made us a painting, which looked like an 8-year-old could have done it. Not even like cool and abstract, just terrible wine and paint night type art. It's sitting in the closet now, never having been hung, cause it's horrible, but I feel like an asshole if I throw it away. So we recently asked what they might like for Christmas this year, and when she asked what we wanted, my husband said anything on my Amazon wishlist. I'll send you the link. She says, well, I already know what I got you isn't on your wishlist, cause I made it. Like, why even ask us what we want, then? And another painting. Don't get me wrong, I think handmade things are great from kids, or if you have a particular talent, but otherwise, it's not fair to ask people for things that cost actual money and get them, and give something unwanted and terrible in return. To be fair, we've never expressed these feelings, cause it seems mean. But also, isn't it a given that your adult brother and his wife don't want your terrible paintings? Even if we did want them, and like them enough to hang, our house would now be covered in her paintings, which is weird too. To add to that, when we visit, and by accounts of everyone else we know in their life, they spend ridiculous amounts of money eating out and buying whatever they want. She even confessed to me that she'd love to quit working and stay at home, but that they couldn't maintain their current lifestyle that way. No judgment. Okay, a little judgment. But if you really want to stay home to raise your child, you can cut back on the other stuff a little? So, am I the asshole if I say something? Or just continue getting terrible gifts for the rest of my life while spending our money on her and her family? You're gonna hate me, but I kinda see both sides. First, I need to defend handmade gifts as a concept. And not just because I'm guilty of them myself. OP heavily implies they're not real gifts. But, let's see, store gifts cost money. Handmade gifts cost time, effort, and also money. OP has the audacity to juxtapose handmade gifts and things that cost actual money. Bitch! Do you have any idea how much paints and other materials can cost? I'm crying, an artist. I'm mostly digital artist, but still not exclusively. Sure, you can often find cheaper substitutes for whatever you need, and DIY gifts can actually be low budget, but we don't know if they are in this particular case. Here's another phrase that got my pants on fire. I think handmade things are great from kids, or if you have a particular talent. This is where I'm tempted to proclaim OP the asshole on behalf of all artists. And not just artists. I'd say every person with a creative bone in their body who has ever dabbled in handmade gifts. I imagine that's a lot of people. And OP has insulted all of them, and also their loved ones, who probably don't give a shit about the objective quality or talent or the monetary value of the gift, as long as it comes from the right person and shows their affection and investment in the relationship. Sometimes it is the effort that matters. I'm not saying that's how you should feel about your sister-in-law's gifts. You probably don't have this kind of relationship. In fact, scratch that, you don't have to like handmade gifts from anyone. I just have an issue with the overgeneralization. Now, I'm not gonna bash OP for calling those paintings terrible. We haven't seen them, and for all we know, they could be. Or they could be great, but still not work as a gift for a number of reasons. Because they don't fit OP's aesthetic or interior style or something like that. If they don't work for her, they don't work for her. This is why I wouldn't give my painting as a gift, unless explicitly asked. Which I was. It's a risky gift which sets up a potentially awkward situation. Next time you show up, you'll look out for your gift proudly displayed, and it creates a certain pressure for the gift receiver. If they don't hang it, they'll feel like shit. Gifts are not supposed to make you feel like shit. And don't even get me started on the unwanted clunk. I'm with OP here. I wouldn't like to receive a painting as a gift, unless it was from someone who knows exactly what I like. Even handmade gifts can be more practical than that. Like, instead of a painting, why don't you give them a painted box? It's kinda the same, but they can use it even if they're not thrilled about it. Even better is handmade soap or candles. Now, could the sister-in-law actually be the asshole for pumping out this kind of gift for 9 years? I mean, she could, but we don't know that because we didn't communicate. She could think her gifts are extra personal and put a lot of efforts into them. Or she could be trying to save money and kinda kill two birds with one stone. I mean, sometimes, as a creative, all you want to do is slap some paints around or put a dead fly into epoxy resin. And then you're like, Jessica's birthday is coming up. What do I give her? And you go to your closet instead of a shop and pick some random item, which wasn't initially intended as a gift. Sometimes it's a happy coincidence, sometimes it's just cringe. Because we can't look into this person's head, I think we should give her the benefit of the doubt until proven wrong. Sure, it is a bit weird to give someone the same gift year after year. I imagine she's been to your house and seen none of her paintings around. Had she been more perceptive, she might have already gotten the hint. And if nothing else, she knows your husband didn't want a painting this time at the very least. And it was kinda rude to ask while knowing it wasn't going to matter anyway. But you've never said anything, and formally you can't be mad at her. You need to collect more proof of her being an asshole. How do you do that? By talking to her, by preventively asking her for a particular item, and going on and on about why you want this item, why this would mean a lot to you, and also explaining why you don't like paintings as gifts. Don't make it personal though. You don't have to tell her you hate her paintings in particular. Just say it's very hard to find something that matches your aesthetic or something. If she continues after that, now she's the asshole, and you get to be mad. Don't bring up the money thing though. You can't expect someone, except maybe your spouse, to spend a particular amount of money on your gift, unless you have a specific agreement. Like there's this one story I didn't include in this episode, where a bunch of people had a Secret Santa thing, and they specifically agreed to spend at least $200 for a gift. And then someone got crafty gifts and was right to be mad, in my opinion. But in this case, no, she's under no obligation to spend a particular sum. As for the fairness or unfairness, you're spending an average of $50 on her gifts while she's not reciprocating. Is a you problem, really. Stop doing that. Get something less expensive. Maybe make her a painting. Either you'll see how much effort it actually takes and have more respect for her labor, or she might understand how you feel getting terrible paintings. Anyway, this might open a door to a conversation. Now, I know this post is from 5 years ago, so hopefully OP has already talked to her sister-in-law. I can see any updates, but I guess this would be my advice. So my verdict is soft asshole, but if you ask me on a different day, this might turn into not the asshole or no assholes here or everyone sucks. I don't feel particularly strongly about this one. Reddit's verdict is also asshole, and the top comment is, "You're the asshole. Make her gift and call it even. Everyone has a different love language, and for some people store-bought gifts seem impersonal, and they get joy out of making them." Or an alternative, offer to skip the gift exchange altogether, and go in together on an experience the two of you can share and bond over. A trip to a local winery or movie passes for the next few months. Now, here's a thoughtful comment that focuses more on the gifter's feelings. I was on OP's side at the beginning, because I get her point about not wanting all the paintings. But then she went into expecting real quote-unquote gifts instead of handmade, and now she just made me feel bad about myself. I don't have a lot of money to spend on everyone, so I make a lot of gifts to supplement the store-bought ones. This year I'm making melted hot chocolate mix and Himalayan salt bath salts. I'd be really upset if someone opened the gifts that I spent a lot of time and thought into putting together, only to bitch behind my back about how they got me a real gift and calculate how much money they believe I spend on myself the rest of the year, and how that should be going to me splashing out for their Christmas gifts instead of giving them my homemade crap. I hope my friends aren't just being polite when they say they like the things I give them. If anyone doesn't, well, fine. Don't get me anything, and I won't waste my efforts on you either. I get that I make consumable stuff and not paintings. I get that, but OP's "I want a real present" attitude is pervasive enough that it makes me doubt she'd be happy with anything I could make her either, and that makes me feel shitty. I imagine the sister-in-law would feel the same. Edit, friends, can you please stop blowing up my inbox to explain to me that paintings are different from hot chocolate? As I already said in the original of this comment, I get that. That's a huge difference. I wouldn't want the paintings either. I'm saying, 1, the whole "she could afford a real present" attitude stings to me. And 2, OP says she's never told sister-in-law she dislikes the paintings, which she really needs to do. I'm just saying that if you're pissy because someone didn't spend enough money on you, and you think handmade gifts suck, that made me take a step back and worry about my own gifts that I make. And it made me hope that the people in my life aren't lying to my face and bitching behind my back, because I'd really rather you just tell me you didn't have a use for X, so I don't keep giving it to you. But some commenters are actually defending OP and also making fair points. Someone says, "This is a delicate subject. Clearly she values having money, and thinks saving money on gifts is a great idea. She also thinks no one has noticed. I think it's time to quite calmly say, or better yet, have your husband say if he is her brother, 'Sister, it's been X years now, and every occasion we receive paintings from you. We really don't need any more paintings. So, respectfully, please do not give us paintings or other handmade gifts. If you don't want to exchange, that's okay too. We all have enough stuff, and perhaps our gift to each other could be a shared event, like a movie outing or a dinner out.'"